What's good, y'all? It's your boy Wow, and I'm back with another crazy story. The crazy story I got for y'all today is about a gang-related shooting that killed a 6-year-old girl, wounded her mother, and also killed a 19-year-old man. This story takes us to Orlando, Florida, the home of Disney World, the Orlando Magic, and the most notable gang in the city, the 438 gang. The most recognizable member of the 438 gang is HotBoii, an Orlando rapper that's been sitting in Orlando's county jail for over a year now, facing 2 RICO-related charges. These RICO charges were brought against the 438 gang and their opposition, AFNF. This is the gang that fellow imprisoned rapper Glock 9 belongs to. Ever since the gang takedown case between 438 and AFNF has been introduced, there hasn't been many incidents of violence between the two gangs. That lasted until August 29, 2023. The 438 gang had been social media beefing with their ops, the Carver Shores boys, going back and forth with insults, disrespect, and disses that ended up igniting a fire underneath 4 alleged members of the 438 gang and sent them on a mission to exterminate their opposition. 438 gang members Nico Brown, Kanai Adams, Brandon Pickett, and Ricky Bowie all masked up, strapped up, and drove up into the Carver Shores neighborhood, ready to catch a op and send shots their way. As they slid through the 1100th block of Poppy Avenue, they spotted a house that they believed belonged to a rival gang member. The 438 gang members in the car immediately began to fire a hail of bullets into the home, aiming to tear through their ops' flesh with every bullet that erupted from the barrel of their guns. After their guns were empty and they felt satisfied, they left, assuming they just scored for the gang. Unfortunately, they made a grave mistake. 6-year-old Ajaliyah Hashim and her mother were inside of the home that the 438 members shot into. Ajaliyah and her mother were both hit by bullets that entered from outside and had to be transported to the hospital. Ajaliyah was initially slated to be in critical condition, but sadly passed away due to her injuries on August 30th, 2023. Her mother is recovering and expected to survive. Another teenager, 19-year-old Isaiah Wright, was also shot and dropped off at the Health Central in Ocoee, Orlando. He was later pronounced dead by hospital officials. It isn't yet known how Isaiah became involved in the shooting. However, it is alleged that the 438 members shot him while on their hunt for blood, believing he was a part of the opposition. Due to the severity of these crimes, an investigation was began by Orlando police immediately, and in just 4 days, the police began making arrests regarding the shooting. 15-year-old Nico Brown was the first to be arrested, followed by 18-year-old Ricky Bowery Jr., and then the 2 17-year-olds, Kanai Adams and Brandon Pickett. The Orlando Police Department is still searching for a 5th suspect named Tyreek Nichols, who they believe was involved with the shooting. Orlando Police Department has placed a $5,000 reward for information regarding his whereabouts. It has already been stated that prosecutors will seek to charge all 3 underage individuals as adults. News channels interviewed neighbors of the victims, and one neighbor stated, "I thought it was a machine gun. Pow, 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 pow. They done shot up my house before." This investigation is ongoing, but 4 of the suspects are currently behind bars. All of them have extensive juvenile criminal histories, with the youngest, 15-year-old Nico Brown, having the worst record among them all. He's been arrested 5 times since the age of 12 for charges of carjacking, burglaries, grand theft, battery, and fleeing the police in a high-speed chase. All 4 of the 438 gang members that are currently locked up are facing charges of second-degree murder, which carry a maximum sentence of up to life in prison in Florida. Alright, y'all, so this shit is honestly crazy. First and foremost, my condolences go out to the families of the individuals and the victims who were affected by this. I feel like if they were smart and if they had some money, they could probably get a lawyer and possibly beat this case. From what I've been looking at, there isn't that much information on how things went down exactly. They know the time of when the shooting occurred, but there isn't any hardcore evidence that I've seen throughout any paperwork that I viewed or any news articles that I viewed up to this point. They might as well figure out what they're going to do prior to going to trial, because if their co-defendants get to talking, and which I'm sure they will do, it probably won't look good for any of them in the long run. So I'm going to continue to watch this case. I'm going to continue to get information about it. If there's any updates, I'll definitely let y'all know. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. I'm going to catch y'all next time. Peace.